Let's move over to the World Cup. Round of 32 started yesterday. We saw South Africa knocked out until the 93rd minute. Everybody thought, it was going to be a extra time and penalty, but Canada showed up. What do you make of that particular game? And I know you are really happy that South Africa is knocked out, but I mean, apart from the fact that a whole lot of Africans are not rooting for South Africa, what do you make of that particular game against Canada? What do you make of that particular game? A whole lot of people felt, you know, um, South Africa had their chances, they didn't take it, and that's the reason why we have Canada in the next one. What do you make of that particular game?
Okay. I saw the second half of the game, and it was a game where both teams showed up to play. Honestly, I give South Africa credit for the way they showed up. I mean, they showed up. I mean, except for that match against Mexico, where they were humiliated and terribly beaten, they showed up in their games this season, this World Cup rather. You get, and that game they showed up to play, and I was impressed. But Canada were the better side. Honestly. Canada were always going to be the better side. Even before the game, Canada were the better side on paper. And Canada were the better side in their game. Like, it's not like South Africa didn't play anything. They had, especially in the first half, there was a chance. There's this your striker missed the chance in the first half, and he should have converted that chance. When I saw that chance, that was a clear. That was one of the chances. I think that was one of the best chances in that game. And the second half, Canada also kept pressing. Canada were pressing from the beginning, and they were eventually going to score a goal. You get, they were eventually going to score a goal, and I feel like they won deservedly. They deserved the lead, and they won. You understand? And I'm also glad they won. I mean, as a Nigerian, I'll be glad they won. I'm glad South Africa are out. You get, so they should go back home. You understand? So yeah, it's nice. Congratulations to South Africa for playing well. I mean, they played well. You get, they should stay at home for now.
Okay, Brazil will be facing up against Japan. The Brazilian side, for me, they've not been convincing, if you would ask me. Um, it seems the Brazilian of the 2002 Brazil is not the kind of Brazil we have at the moment. Do you think they have enough quality to be able to dispatch a Japanese side that is more attacking minded? Do you think an upset will happen in this particular game today? Because I mean, if you are being honest, Brazil has
You are right. Brazil and who is handling them? Who's their coach? He's at the wheel. Carlos Ancelotti. I'm not Carlos Ancelotti. I mean, he has to start this obviously, but Carlos Ancelotti relies more on individual players to deliver in no time. Even we saw him at Real Madrid. We saw him at Chelsea. Even at Chelsea, we saw him at Everton. This guy relies on individual brilliance to bail him out most times. Mind you, I'm a Carlos Ancelotti fan, and these players that they usually blame bail him out, he's usually the one that develops them, you understand, because he gives them the freedom, you understand. Caleb is the freedom coach, you understand. Yes, everything is free with him, he gives you the freedom to do whatever. That's why attackers thrive under him, you understand. Attackers thrive under him. I can make a list of attackers that have thrived under Caleb. And I feel like this is going to be why Brazil will win. This is going to be why Brazil is going to win that match against the Japanese team. Japan are very disciplined. They are the most disciplined team this World Cup. Okay, let me not say the most disciplined. They are one of the most disciplined teams this World Cup. They are very disciplined. They are well coached. You understand? You watch the way they play football. You watch the way they play football, you know that they know what they are doing. You understand? So you know that they are well coached. You understand? Watch them against Netherlands. The way they come, they came back twice to do the match. It was disappointing. It was a disappointing result for them to get a draw versus Sweden. Because I felt like they should have won that match. I mean, Sweden had their chances and everything, but Japanese were more coordinated and disciplined. This is going to be a close one because Brazil are going to win anyways. You cannot have Vinicius at the kind of form Vinicius is in right now. Yeah, I mean, even at Real Madrid last season, we didn't see just hitting goals back to back and doing whatever he wants to do on the pitch. You understand? I don't think Japan can stop that. You understand? Vinicius is going to have his moment, and as long as Vinicius is having his moment, the entire team is going to have their moment. He's that kind of player. You understand? Vinicius is not. If Vinicius is having a good game, the entire team have a good game. You understand? There's Vinicius, there's Kuna, and there's Ryan. I don't know if Ryan is going to start or Rapina is going to start, but any of them that start, Brazil are going to win. You understand? Brazil are going to win, and Japan may just make it a close one, maybe take them to overtime or penalties or anything like that. You understand? Maybe that's the least that Japan can do.
Okay, I mean, while we are
Thank
still
you.
on this issue, do you think Africa has justified the number of slots that the Africa got? I mean, out of the 10 teams, we have 9 teams making it to the round of 32. Yes, um, South Africa was knocked out yesterday evening. However, before then, we had 10 teams, and 9 of them made it to the next round. For Asia, I think only 2 teams made it out. Um, Other Europe, a whole lot of the top names that is expected did not make it through. Do you think Africa has justified the number of slots we got?
They have, I mean, we are the best performing continent so far. All right, we are the best performing continent so far, and that's impressive. Yeah, so we justified it more than any people didn't expect it. I didn't expect Cape Verde, which was I did not expect Cape Verde. I did not expect Dr. Congo to proceed out of that group. Look at the Congo group, they survived. I didn't expect Dr. Congo. Even things like Egypt, I didn't expect Egypt to make it out. Do you understand? These are top, 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 top games. Ivory Coast, did I expect Ivory Coast? No, I didn't expect Ivory Coast to beat Ecuador. You understand? And have that almost beat Germany. You understand? If not for Adrian that was doing what I don't know, they would have gotten the result for that Germany match. I didn't expect this result. You understand? They completely proved most of us wrong. And I feel like they justified their sports. You understand? And the whole world can see we're the best performing continent so far in the World Cup. So this is not it's not rocket science. You get so I'm very impressed. I'm happy with the way African countries have performed so far this World Cup, and I feel like we justified our sport.
Okay, that's fantastic. Let's go to another game. Um, Morocco will be facing off against Netherlands. For me, I think the performance of the Netherlands team has not been that impressive. It seems, there's a whole lot of names, but there's little result. Same thing can be said for the likes of Portugal. They have the name, but the result is not there. Do you think the Netherlands side they have what it takes to be able to dispatch a Moroccan side? And before you delve into it, Morocco is seventh in the world at the moment. They are even ahead Holland. But in terms of their race of style, you want to put Holland ahead of them. So what do you make of this particular
I
game?
feel like it's going to be a very interesting one. When I was mentioning this teams in the World Cup currently, Morocco are number two for me. You understand? Japan are number one. Morocco are number two. You understand? Remember, we're talking discipline. You know how coordinated your attack is, how coordinated your defense is, how you can manage games, how well coached you are. That's what I call discipline. And Morocco is up there for me. You understand? And they are facing up against Netherlands. Mind you, people keep saying Netherlands problem is their attack and everything and everything. Me, I'm not seeing a problem with their attack. I'm not seeing any problem with their attack. Brian Bobby had 3 goals with a couple of assists this World Cup. Some of you, he plays from the bench. He had 2 goals, couple of assists. Gapo has 2 goals, couple of assists. You understand? I'm not seeing a problem with their attack. I feel like their attack have turned up so far. You understand? They don't have a problem scoring goals. They've never had problems scoring goals this World Cup. So the attack is perfectly fine. You understand? Defense rock solid. You have Van Heck. Van Heck is even outperforming VVG in this World Cup. That's to show you how solid their defense is. And these are giants. You understand? You see these guys on the pitch, you are intimidated. You understand? I feel like they are going to beat Morocco striker Saibari because that's the hottest guy in Morocco right now. He has scored 3 goals this World Cup. They are going to give him half time. You understand? He has scored in the 3 games he has played so far this World Cup. I don't think he's going to score against Netherlands, but this is me just predicting. This is not me just saying things. You understand? So I feel like Netherlands will advance. Netherlands will advance, right? Netherlands will advance. Morocco can try and everything, but this is the end of the road for them. Netherlands are just well all rounded to advance. To honestly, I feel like this is going to be the story. This is the end of the road for Morocco.
Okay, that's fantastic. I know you're a huge fan of Ronaldo. Um, the first game against Cape Verde, no, against DR Congo, they drew that particular game. A lot of people criticized him. And second game against Uzbekistan, he showed up, scored 2 goals, and then he even went on his social media and said the Stamos are key, meaning we are back. The last game, it was a shadow of himself. They drew that particular game, and it seems Ronaldo is more of a distraction to the team than helping the team. Somebody said anybody can score 2 goals against Uzbekistan. That does not mean you are back. Do you think this Portuguese side that we are seeing, do you think they have what it takes to go all the way? That's number one. Number two, their coach managed the golden generation of Belgium and failed to deliver. Don't you think the same thing is happening now? You have a Roberto Martinez who could not, deliver for Belgium when they were at their peak, managing a Portuguese side.
Yes, I think I've mentioned this Belgian quote before. I'm not a fan of that man. I'm not a fan of that man because you cannot fumble you cannot fumble a Belgian team that had Thibaut Courtois at his prime, and then Hazard at his prime, Romelu Lukaku at his prime, Kevin De Bruyne at his prime. Joku was upcoming then. You cannot fumble this team. You understand? Even Timothy Castagne that there was at his prime. You understand? Pelani. You cannot fumble this team and expect. I think Belgium were number one in the world for how many years consecutively, and they couldn't do anything with it. That's the kind of coach Portugal went to hire. Yes, he won you the Nations League and some other competitions, but come on, this is the big stage. How did they even win that competition? The law was not impressive at all. We watched the games. We saw how tactically they were being beaten and battered. But they just won by just mere miracle and one or two things. Do you understand? We saw the game against Spain. We knew how it went down and everything. We knew how it went down and everything. We knew how it went down. So we have to we have our eyes. You understand? So I feel like practically this man is not there. You understand? He's not there at all. So that's one of the problems we have. That's one of the problems they have, Roberto Martinez. Understand? The other problem they have, you understand, is not Ronaldo. You
So
will say it's
what's the
Ronaldo
other
that is
problem?
fan of it. It's not
Who is the
Ronaldo.
other
Ronaldo
problem?
is not their problem. The other problem they have is them. So as in, the lack of urgency in their team. They lack urgency. They don't know when to speed up play. They don't know when to hold up. They don't know when to manage the ball. They lack urgency. You get um when seeing the game and Vitina is a culprit in that game. People will check the stats and see, oh, he had 100% pass completion and everything. But what does that make sense? In a game when you are playing 0-0, you need goals, you need results. You should not be having 100% pass completion. You should be making those risky passes. You should be making those risky plays. We've seen you at PSG. Maybe we can call you a system player. I mean, Tina is a proper system player. Understand? He's thriving at Enrique's system doesn't mean he will come and thrive at Roberto Martinez system, especially Roberto Martinez being a bad coach. But the problem now, I'm single-handedly mentioning Vitina because Vitina is not the only person in that team that plays safe. Most of the players in that team, they play safe. You know, I don't know what they are trying to play safe from. I don't know if they don't want results or anything. You understand? This is the World Cup, and you have to show up or what you go home. That's the thing. Argentina did not win it last edition by playing safe. You understand? France did not get to the final by playing safe. You don't play safe. You understand? Colombia was making the risky plays and everything. It was a miracle they did not lose that match because Colombia were the better team. It was a miracle. Colombia were not playing safe. So if the entire team, if there's no urgency, if there's no hunger, you are not going to get anywhere. Two 0-0 draws against Cape Verde and Colombia is not a good look. It's a testament that your team doesn't have urgency. Your team don't know how to play free. Your team don't know how to play make those risky plays. So this is not a Ronaldo problem. You understand? We all know Ronaldo has the mentality of a lion. Ronaldo is hungry. People keep saying he's selfish, he's goal driven, he's egoistic, whatever. That's the mentality. He shows that he has it in him. Do the players have it? Do the players have it? They are Portugal. We are not talking about the Congo here. You have to win the World Cup, and you don't play safe. You come hungry. There's the coach problem. There's the players problem. So Portugal issue is a lot. You understand? We're not just looking at Roberto Martinez now. Roberto Martinez, sure, he has the spark to play. You understand? He's the head coach. He manages the practice. He manages the rotation. He manages position. He manages how players feel the pitch. But the players themselves, you have to decide to show up, and they are not. So I feel like that's the problem. So it's not just a Ronaldo problem because there's no Ronaldo problem. I'm telling you, there's no Ronaldo problem. There is no Ronaldo problem. There is the players problem. And sadly, Ronaldo is part of is part of the players. So it covers it.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fantastic. Before you go, I want to, you know, I want you to predict because you are a huge Ronaldo fan. Do you think Croatia stops Portugal in the round of 32?
In as much as I in as much as I just said what I just said, I don't think Croatia can do that. They barely beat Ghana. They barely beat Ghana. And yeah, Portugal drew against Dr. Congo against yeah, Dr. Congo. Yeah, Portugal drew against Dr. Congo. Yeah, sure, but yeah, I think Portugal will win. Portugal advance, especially if even if the match gets penalties and everything. Portugal have shown that they are elite. They have penalty takers in that team. You understand? They know how to win penalty shootouts. They win the match, no matter how they want to do it. I think Portugal advances. Croatia are not a threat.
Okay, thank you so much, Collins. It's been amazing having you here. I'm hoping that when we meet up again on Friday, by that time maybe we'll have Ronaldo in the round of 16 because I know definitely you are rooting for him. You want him to win the World Cup so he can be called the GOAT. I mean, thank you so much, Collins. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you.